Hey everybody, my name is Zach and I like movies, and I'm here to talk to you about the latest Predator movie, Predator Badlands. So this is, well, the latest in the Predator franchise, and the latest to come to us from director Dan Trachtenberg, who really revived this franchise with some very much needed green glowing blood with 2022's sleeper hit, Prey. A real back to basics, just underdog story about a set of like doing what we always wanted, just taking the Yautja to a different time period. And it's with Prey, it's set in colonial America. There's a killer lead performance, and it's all just solid stuff. And I think with and even sort of continuing on what we've been doing with the Predator franchise, just this past summer with Predator, this little animated anthology, Killer of Killers, which again does a lot of what we wanted the Predator to do with the Predator. Just keep putting it into different time periods against various types of warriors. And I think it's interesting in comparison to Prey is that through these movies you have the Predator, the Yautja, as first a foil to the lead character, then as antagonists exclusively, with the various stories in Killer of Killers, and now you just brought it to the logical conclusion of making the Yautja the lead character. And in Badlands, that character is Dek. He is a Yautja who is still green behind the ears. It is a Predator who is still hasn't proven himself in the Yautja culture of might makes right, of just being of warrior culture, and he is seen as the runt of his family, the weakling. He is shamed and cast aside by his father, but he is sent off to do his proving trial, essentially his rite of passage, and he is sent to essentially a death planet. I think it's like called Non or something like that, and it is a planet where everything is designed to kill you, kind of thing. And on that planet, he meets Thia, who is Elle Fanning, playing a robot from the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, because that has been long since confirmed that Predator and Alien are in the same universe, and we're taking full brand synergy advantage of that. And what we have is honestly a really fun movie with really just, again, not trying to be anything fully that we haven't seen before, but taking advantage of where we are in the Predator franchise and taking it to just really fun areas. Like this movie, I would say it's like if you took one of the Predator Dark Horse comics from like the 90s, and you crossed it with Monster Hunter. I say that mostly because like this movie feels very video gamey, and I mean that very complimentary. Like, especially if you look at like these like very like digital desktop style backgrounds, you can see a lot of that. There's definitely like video gamey beats in terms of like setting up your inventory, picking up stuff for the inventory. There's enough, and there's so much detail into like this alien world that we're set in, and like all the various things that like the creatures and the foliage that are like that are dangerous and can be like not just dangerous to Dek, but also can be used to like hunt and trap and defeat other prey and enemies. It all feels very like it feels very video gamey. Like, ooh, here's like even has like a device that shows, ooh, I can use this plant and foliage for like a healing. This is my healing stuff. I better use that in my pack. And all of that, and that really plays into like this really satisfying use of setup and payoff. Basically everything that is set up in like the first half comes back, and it's really satisfying when it does. And honestly, in terms of the in terms of like the main thrust of the story with the character work, it does a lot with very minimal. Like I thought for a while it would be mostly just be Dek on this silent war on this planet, where it would be kind of like if like kind of like if a Genndy Tartakovsky lead character was set in like the world of Scavenger's reign. Just like silently, just wordlessly experiencing this alien place, trying to survive, trying to accomplish their goals. But we don't really get like much stretches of just like a silent protagonist, because we meet with Elle Fanning's Thea, and her role in the story is not just to like give our titular Yautja. I've been calling the species Yautja for so long, but I know they're the Yautja. They are, and it just to give our lead character Dek someone to bounce off of and someone to grow from, but also to like kind of give the movie some more, not just like some more like faces to sell with like star power and stuff, but also like to give like again like give him some necessary character work. And Elle Fanning here is like basically playing if C-3PO was crossed with basically Donkey from Shrek, which like she's like a droid and is a total chatterbox, and just honestly, that saying that combination of characters should be so much more annoying than she is, because and I really feel like it's because she is played so well by an actress like Elle Fanning, who is just so naturally likable, is just very cute, and like again, even while she's like kind of modeling her android patterns of speaking against like say like Michael Fassbender's David from the Prometheus from like the Alien series, it's still comes off as very charming and affable. Even when they have like there's like an alien that comes up with them. It's this cute little weird monkey armadillo thing, and it's she feels like, again, it's like one of the more, she's brings a humanity to the role. But you know who also does is Dek himself, and Dek is under the suit, played by I hope I'm getting this name right because it's a lot of name, by Dimitrius Schuster-Koloamatangi. He is really hope I pronounced that right. He is a New Zealand actor of Samoan and Tongan heritage, and he honestly really does sell everything that Dek is going through with his physicality. And because like everything is just like all under that face of the ultimate ugly motherfucker, just like black eyes, like lizard skin, black rope like a electric cable like dreads, and of course the big awesome iconic as hell mandibles. He's all roaring. He has so much to prove, and he's so, you really feel for him in all of his efforts, and boy, he really tries. This movie puts him through the ringer, and he really does sell everything in the suit. I think it's a very worthwhile physical performance. I think it's probably definitely absolutely a highlight of the movie. Like not just by himself, but I think especially with Thea together, they have a real great chemistry. It really sells the bond and Dek's growth, and I've seen, and I think if anybody who likes a good stoic badass, just sort of stoic loner, carrying around like a funny sidekick, you're probably definitely gonna like this. I especially love it when like, because like when they meet, she has like, it's only her top half, she doesn't have any legs, so he has to like carry her on her back like Chewie does C-3PO, and it's really fun. They got great rapport, and the thing about Dan Trachtenberg's Predator movies is that they never really feel like they're stretching too far of what they ought to be. Like they know what they are, they know what they're going for, and they honestly know what we want out of these Predator movies. We want to see predators in want to see a predator in like a different time period, and then we also want to see that, but also make it a little more gnarly. We also want to see like the Yautja culture and more of like, could we make a predator? Could we make again, like the comic? Can we make the predator itself a main character? And I think this sells. I think it does like really good stuff of like again, just like really selling the growth. It's a coming of age story for Dek, and yeah, it hits a lot of those beats. The monster designs are pretty fun. I would say though, I'm not really in love with how this looks. This is this really does feel like a more expensive episode. At times, this can feel more like a more expensive episode of The Mandalorian Grogu, or The Mandalorian at least, where it's sometimes these like the backgrounds would look like well looking nice as like in terms of this like a sci-fi world concept art. It gets kind of very washed out. Sometimes it can look very like kind of like, oh, I can see this was probably shot on the volume, but which would be forgivable if like the color palette wasn't so just so grayed out. Like this is not like it's not an ugly, it's not a great looking movie. It honestly looks kind of hideous sometimes, and some of the action, and like I don't think some of the action is all that great. There's definitely beats that were like the camera gets a little too close. It gets there's not enough space in the frame. There's not enough of like there's a little less of like the very down more like personalized and very close, like up close and personal, but still very like easy, like better choreographed stuff, like with Prey, or even if it's like very CG heavy, misses out on like a lot of the fun, the more fun stuff with the fun action slickness that you could get through like complete animation, like with Killer of Killers. So it does suffer from some of that stuff. But honestly, the beats that it does hit, I never really felt like there wasn't really a time that I was like ever like suffering for ever out of this movie's step. I always felt like, okay, this is what, like, it knows what it's doing and I'm with it. It's got a lot of great beats. It doesn't, again, it's not a movie that's very really looking to surprise you with stuff, but it hits all of those beats very well. Again, the setup and payoff is excellent. The emotional arc of Dek really worked for me. I think he winds up being a very likable protagonist. I think it's kind of maybe not so much what it says on the tin, but if you know what you're getting into with a movie like this, then it's pretty easy to like. And works. This really worked for me. I thought it was maybe don't go in expecting like to be completely wowed, but like definitely be really going to be entertained. Then there's definitely you'll definitely find plenty to like about this movie. Also, have to laugh at this movie that it's the first Predator movie that is PG-13, which is funny because that's running on Samurai Jack rules, where the only carnage we see is like alien goop and robots. So the robots, we squish them and they bleed milk, and there's monsters. They don't bleed red. That counts. Not rated R, which has that always makes me laugh. But yeah, even in that, it's pretty. It has a lot of the good stuff that you'll like if you're going into a Predator movie, hoping for like that good, fun Predator stuff. And yeah, really excited to see what Trachtenberg does next with this. If he's gotten more Predator stuff with him, I hope he does. And yeah, feel pretty good about this. Feeling probably strong 6 to a light 7 on Predator Badlands. Can't wait to see what Predator Days of Heaven is like. And for that, I'll take my farewell. I'm Zach. I like movies. I got a lot more movies to watch. What did you think of Predator Badlands? And do you also like what Trachtenberg's doing with the Predator series? I really like it. I'm very impressed. I really like Bray. I think that's still one of the highlights of the franchise. And yeah, that'll be it for me. Hope you enjoy the movie, and I hope you see you next time. You all take care of yourself.